4 seasons lost. In Austin, I saw it. Pause. My eyes crawled to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this headed slice of an angel wrapped in skin on dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Often mirrors appear, quit, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving and grain, rekindle the flame. Close as she draws near, stay there. Remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose.
In paradise, yes, we do. We manifest dreams here on the MC Sports Network. Welcome to the Unpopular Hour. I'm your host, Matt Clark. We were going to come today from the Cutting Up Barbershop, but when I got over there to get my fresh fade, you can see that fade, brother, that fade tight. Anyway, didn't have anybody there, so it was really, really quiet. So I'm like, then I had to come over and get some work done here at Santa Fe Family Life Center. So decided to go ahead and just do the show here today. Sorry about the lateness, but my boss, Gary Vick, had stuff for me to do to get set up for Dominique's tournament, Dominique Stevens tournament. I don't know if you played in fadeaway hoops, but anyway, they're running the gym this weekend, so that'll be fun to be able to watch some good basketball here at Santa Fe Family Life Center. But anyway, hope everybody's having a great Friday. Got some good news, a bunch of stuff to talk about today. First of all, I want to congratulate our USA women's soccer team with their 5-0 victory over Jamaica yesterday, qualified for the World Cup next year in 2023. And the beautiful thing about it is we are the defending World Cup champions. And of course, you can see the 4 stars there next to the USA. In fact, I've got to get me a jersey with the 4 because I have the men's jersey, but I need to get the women's jersey. The men's jersey does not have any stars on it, but the women's jersey, of course, they're 4-time World Cup champions, so that's going to be a great deal. I'm glad glad they qualified. Congratulations to the ladies for doing their thing and handling their business. So I'm excited to watch it. I don't know if you guys have watched very much soccer, but I really, really love it. And I love to watch our women play. And the good thing about our men is that our men, of course, the World Cup is this year, this fall for the men. So I'm looking forward to watching them play. And remember, in 2026, like we've talked about before, you'll be able to watch at these locations. Of course, we talked about for us, clearly the center part of the United States, Kansas City, Dallas, Houston, and the ATL will be the locations that if you want to go watch the USA men in 2026, which, of course, I will do. But once again, congratulations to our women's team. 5-0 victory over Jamaica. They've got one more game left. The 11th, I believe, is their next game. So, anyway, congratulations, ladies. Proud of you guys. Way to go. USA all the way. And by the way, yes, that is the only red that I have in my closet is the USA jersey. And, of course, that's USA red. That is not OU red. Just clarification. Nor Nebraska red, Drew Henthorn. So hopefully I'm going to get my boy Drew on for HuskerDrewPicks.com. Too bad his Braves lost last night. Those Braves lost last night. Don't know what the heck that was, that running exhibition. Dude, the ball is hitting the gap. Why would you go all the way around second base, halfway there? Center fielder for Cardinals makes a great play. And, of course, he's not fast enough to get all around the bases. You get right to second base, you hold to see if the play is made because you should be able to get home from there, but he didn't think that he was going to be able to clearly try to get a jump on it, and it did not work. So, but other than that, I think he was 4-1. I think his Braves let him down. I know Dodgers won. I know the Yankees won. The Mets won. So he was on fire, except that his Braves let him down against the Cardinals. But what a great game it was last night. So that being said, there's a bunch of other stuff going on. The NBA Summer League, of course, the Thunder lost last night, 80-79. got to see Trey Mann for the first time. Josh Giddey, I was talking about this last night. I loved what Josh did. I don't want him to play anymore. I stop Josh from playing. I don't want him playing anymore. I know that we're trying to build that chemistry between he and Chet and Poku and all of them. I understand that, but Josh is way too valuable for us to take a chance on him getting hurt. But, Sam Presti and the people at the Thunder are thinking, okay, we want them to get as many minutes as they possibly can before the season starts. Clearly that is the motive for doing it. But anyway, so last night Josh playing goes and makes this great move and just gets his shot swatted to half court. I was like, oh my God. Josh turned around and looked at the dude like, really, you blocked my shot? And you could just see his face. And I want to say it was one or two possessions later, Josh was coming down, lane was wide open. He just dunks all over this guy. And then Josh just kind of looks at him and said something, kind of standing over him. Of course, tee up. You can't do that in the NBA anymore. Such a soft-ass league. It's ridiculous that you can't that. But no, there's no taunting. You can't taunt. Oh, my God, somebody taunted somebody. Oh, my God. If you dunk on somebody or you get dunked on, you deserve, for him to stand over. You deserve for him to do that. Now, do you like it? No. But if you dunk on somebody like that who's just blocked your shot to let you know, hey, you ain't me. We're on a different level, bro. I'm one of the top rookies in the league. First-year players, not second-year players. And Josh, of course, our sixth-round pick last year, was one of the top 8 players, and they all were vying for Rookie of the Year. And I think Josh would have gotten more votes had he not got hurt at the end, but played fantastic. I think he was Rookie of the Month for 3 or 4 months in a row, or 2 or 3 months in a row. And Josh, the thing I like about him, he's steady. You're going to get 12 points. You're going to get, 10 assists, and you're going to get 8, 9 rebounds. That's what you're going to get at Josh. Now, we talked about it yesterday that, for me, the Thunder, for them to be able to win, I think that, SJ has to average 20-something a game. 24, I think he averaged 22, but he got up to 27. So he needs to be around 24, 25 points a game, every game, first of all. Josh needs to be our second leading scorer. And, excuse me, apologize. Anyway, he needs to be our leading scorer, and then Josh needs to average about 18 points, 17 points a game instead of Dort. Josh is the one that needs to be average, and Dort needs to be around 14. He needs to cut down his shots, in my estimation, and be about 14 points a game. Then, of course, you want to bring in Chet, and Chet, the second game, he got brought down to earth, and it's about what I think Chet will average. He'll average 10 to 12, points a game, 8 rebounds or so, a couple of blocks, and 4 turnovers. 4 assists. Again, that's kind of what I see Chet's line at, because, Chet's problem is, and what he got exposed was really simple. And this Oklahoma media, they can sugarcoat it all they want. They can hide it. They can do all the stuff they want to do. The bottom line is Chet is thin, and against people, they're going to bully him, which is exactly what happened against Philly. He got bullied, and that's what's going to happen in the league. He's going to get bullied. That's what's going to happen. He doesn't have the body for that. They're going to body him. They're going to bully him, and then he can't really get by anybody. He's like Poku. The hard thing about being 6'10", or 7 foot with handles is it takes a long time to do all that. That's why when you see what KD does, KD is quick, boom, let me make this, and I'm there. His dribbles are short, between the legs, pull-up shots, in and out, pulling, attacking, pull-up. That's KD's game, okay? Is he going to be – he doesn't try to get all that, boom, 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 trying to get you the basket. He does 1 or 2 little moves, and he pulls up on you. That's just kind of get you on your heels. That's what KD does. And I see Chet's going to be the exact same way. He's not going to take people off the dribble. He's like Poku. He's a more skilled, if you will, Pokuševski. That's what he is to me. That's what I've always seen. And Poku, he's very good. And like I said, the biggest problem that I foresee with Chet is that the same thing with Poku. Our team is a half-court run team. We run the half-court set. We're not good at run up and down the court scoring because we don't have the shooters for that. So that's not what we're good at. And I think the same thing is going to happen with Chet that happened with Poku. If you're catching the ball and you're going coast to coast, yeah, you can do that. You can get away with that, and that's going to be a part of when he scores, and that's what he's going to do. But when you try to, but when he tries to go in half court set and try and take people off the dribble, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. He's going to struggle in the half court style offense, which is what the Thunder run under the SGA and Josh Giddey, because SGA and Josh Giddey play downhill, and once again, downhill means they attack the basket. Okay, that's what downhill means. They're attacking the basket. And that was one of the things that Jabari Smith wanted when he tweeted on the Sunday before the draft, wanted to come to the Thunder because he is a three-point shooter. Josh and SGA both play downhill. They're going to attack him in the pick and roll. He's got a big enough body to where he can actually body the guy. Then he's got to make a decision. Do I come over the top for the pick and roll, or do I go underneath? And if you go underneath, boom, he's going to step back, shoot it. If you come over the top, Josh and him are going to attack the basket. So, or SGA, whichever one in the pick and roll. So that's what they do. Very, very good at attacking the basket, using their bodies, and getting a lot of and ones, or at least scoring, and giving great opportunities for the Thunder to score. So what I see is Chet struggling in the half-court set. But if we're going to run the court, which is what we've been doing all Summer League, we've been running up and down the court. But my problem with Summer League is I've never watched Summer League, ever, until this year. And it's simply because I do the After the Storm, OKC After the Storm, and it's basically giving an analysis of what happened. And last night's analysis, glad I got to see Trey. Glad I got to see the group that was together at the end. Poku was not in the game because he's just not athletic enough to handle what the Sixers were doing. They were way too athletic, way too fast, way too physical for him. So that's why at the end of the game you had Josh, you had Trey, you had Wiggins, you had Robinson Earl, and you had Jalen Williams with the EN playing. And that's what you have to do. You have to be more physical against teams like that who are athletic. You got to have your athletic guys out there who can defend and have body, because if you don't, you're just going to get – NBA is about matchups. And they're going to exploit the matchups over and over and over and over and over. And that's the thing that I have a problem with Chet is, and I know all these people in Oklahoma are so happy, and I get all of that in the media. You know, like they didn't even talk about his second game. They talked about his first game. He had 20 points. Yeah, but his second game, he shot 20%. Talk about that. Let's talk about that. But they don't. But I enjoy watching our team and who's going to be who. Now, Drew Hinthorn, of course, of HuskerDrewPicks.com, he and I were talking yesterday. And what Drew said is, who is my starting five for the Thunder? Or who do I think should be the starting five? And it's really easy. You have SGA, you have Giddey, you have Dort, and you got Chet. You already know those are your four. And then the question is, do you start Wiggins or do you start Robinson Earl? Because if you put Chet at the 4, then you have to start Robinson Earl at the 5, which is what he played last year. So that's what you'd have to do now. I think they want Chet to be the 4 and not the 5. So that's kind of what I see the Thunder then. Okay, so that's 5. That means 6 would be Wiggins. 7 would be Trey Mann. So those are your 7. Then if you're going to keep Poku, that's 8. And then after that, what do? Because you have Baisley, you have J-Dub Williams, okay? So that's 10. I mean, the other Jalen Williams, who's probably going to be a two-way player and play in G League. Because, you know, attrition, and one thing about the NBA, people are going to get hurt, so you're going to get an opportunity to play. But anyway, that's your 10 right there. That's your 10. So what do you – I mean, everybody's not going to play. And you already know how I feel about Baisley. He had his chance. Dude, he had his chance. He can't play. Okay? He can't play. Poku can't play. There's nothing else to watch with these guys. You want to keep them around because, granted, they were first-round picks and all that. I understand all that. But the bottom line is those guys don't belong with these other guys. They just don't. They just don't. And, you know, Pokusevski's what? The 17th pick last year? And you look at him, you're like, okay, he can't play. And I don't know, and yeah, he's young, and you're going to have to hold on to him for a couple years and see what happens. But the style of offense that the Thunder play do not fit what his skill set is. He is a up and down the court, Let's go fast break. Let's do transition. That's the type of player that he is. He's too tall. He can't get by people, and you all have watched it. You guys watched it. Don't open your eyes and see. He can't get past people in the half-court set. Chet, same thing. It's going to be hard for him to get past people in the half-court set. He's going to settle for tons of jump shots. It is what it is with him. But he's not the skilled shooter that KD was, or KD is, that he can pull up and just don't have to get by you. Now, KD, very rarely you'll ever watch him go to the basket when somebody's guarding him. He will pull up and shoot, get you going, bam, and pull up and shoot the mid-range, or he'll step back and shoot a three. He doesn't really try to go around his defender to get to the basket. That's not what KD does, which is I see the same thing with Chet, because these guys are 6'8" or whatever. He's not going to be able to get around them because their arms are too long, their hands are too fast, or too athletic. It's not going to happen. He's going to have to settle for more and more jump shots, which is going to knock down his field goal percentage and especially three-point percentage. So we will see what that happens. But last night's Thunder game, 80-79. I know that I'm all over the place a little bit, but 80-79. My issue was really simple. What the hell were you thinking, Trey Man? Shooting a three like that. Hey, what the hell were you thinking last night shooting a three? What were you doing? What was that? What was that? 24 seconds ago, you're down one, you come up the court, you shoot a three. Take the guy to the basket, shoot a floater. You're very, very good at that. Now, this is the time, I'm going to say this. The summer is the time to work on the other parts of your game. That's what summer's for. And I tell all the kids and I train them, when at school, from as soon as basketball season's over in March through August or through the 1st of October when you start with the school, when you start back in school with basketball, that is your time to get better. And really it is June, July, those 2 months when you truly, 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 truly have to work on your game, because you don't have to go to school, whatever. You can spend 3-4 hours in the gym very easily, which is what you should do if you want to be better. If you don't, then don't. And that's what Trey, hopefully he's working on that. That's the only thing I see. But, his floater and his little runner that he was scoring on when he averaged 10 points a game last year was the fact that he'd take you off the dribble, boom, there's that floater, boom, there's that teardrop. And so to me, you've got to do that. And remember, there's floaters and there's teardrops. And they say that it drives me nuts on TV all the time. Oh, that was a nice floater. That was a teardrop, bro. If you go off one leg, it's a teardrop because it's up and over. A floater is boom, one-handed, and you're shooting it like that off two. That's a floater. Two different moves, two different basketball plays. So let me educate you guys on the difference. So when you listen to these people, you'll know no, that wasn't it, and it helps you. And I'm hoping that what I'm going to do is educate you. The more you listen to it, you'll be able to understand the ins and outs and the different lingo that is associated with getting better and understanding what's happening during the game, okay? So that being said, I want to thank my guys over here at SFFLC. I need to take that summer jam off of there. Start June 14th. Our league has started. So I need to take that off. But we're at 6300 North Santa Fe. You can call 405-840-1817 for more information. Memberships start at $34.99. And you could go online at www.sfflc.com. That's Santa Fe Family Life Center.com. And we have pool memberships available. And remember, you get 1 free month membership for the whole family when you purchase a pool. And the beautiful thing about this facility is, as you can see behind me, there's the workout room right there. Then back in on the other side, in the far corner over there, is the tennis courts and pickleball. Okay, and then straight behind me, is the training where they do the ropes and all of that stuff is the part behind me. So we have of course we have the machines. You have everything that you're going to need here. You have bikes, and of course you have the treadmills, and then you have the free weights and all that. So it's a full functioning gym, and the thing I like about it more than anything, you don't have a bunch of people and you got to wait on equipment and all of that stuff. You come in, get your hour workout, boom, you're out. And then in the men's locker room, of course, we do have the dry sauna, which I used yesterday. It was fantastic. Needed to sweat a lot of stuff out of my system. Didn't feel well, as you guys know, on Wednesday. So that really helped me with that. So, but anyway, also I want to take this opportunity to thank my guys at Y&B, family owned and operated since 1912, the bank that makes things happen. You can go online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. And that's if you need to get any loans, you go in there, and those guys are fantastic. You can ask for, as Drew says, ask for his mama, Carolyn Hinthorn. She'll help you out. But anyway, there's tons of people there. Great location. And actually, we're going to do a live stream from there coming up pretty soon. We're going to do a live stream from Y&B there in Yukon, or we may do Mustang. I'm not sure which one we're going to do, but we will do one. So I'm super excited about that, and I appreciate them and their sponsorship. They are helping us go out and support minority women and black-owned businesses throughout the community, and I appreciate their support, as well as if you have any IT needs, call my guys over at Collaborative Logic. Those guys will help you out if you have any needs as far as that's concerned. Call my boy Mark Long over at SRB if you have any engineering, surveying, or planning. Those are the guys that set everything up, that the things that you don't see when you see a neighborhood or you see buildings or you see construction. These guys are the ones that do all the stuff that get it all set up so that you can make something look fantastic. So anyway, guys over at SRB, and of course Oak Grove Trucking and my boy Jose Fierro and his dump trucks. Hopefully he's going to be adding another one soon. When we first started, he had one. Now he has three. So I'm looking so excited about his continued growth. And please support him if you've got anything that you need hauled off or dumped, any big equipment, any dirt, stuff like that. That guy is the one you should talk to at Oak Grove Trucking, my boy over there. And then, of course, Greg and Max Nafee at Nafco. Those are my guys, and those are the people who are supporting me, and I really appreciate all the help that these guys are giving, and we're trying to add some more because we want to expand. We want to have a phone in where you guys can call in. We can talk about things. Now, back to the Thunder. And the good thing about the Thunder is here's the upcoming summer schedule. Of course, what everybody's looking forward to is tomorrow. And that is Saturday, July 9th, and that's against the Rockets. Everybody's looking to see Jabari versus Chet tomorrow. Then Monday, the 11th, they play the Magic. So then we'll get to see Chet against Paolo. Now, the last time Banchero and Chet played, Banchero killed him. He had 20 points the first half until he got cramps. So that ought to be interesting to see what Chet does against him this time. But Saturday night, which is tomorrow, 7 o'clock on ESPN2, you will be able to watch Chet versus Jabari, so I'm excited about that. And then, of course, Monday at 8 o'clock on ESPN, you'll get to see Banchero against Chet. So that ought to be exciting. I'm pumped up, and I cannot wait to watch and see what happens with those going at it, simply because we know that he wasn't overly thrilled with the fact that he wanted to come to Oklahoma City, and Oklahoma City chose Chet over Jabari. So I still don't understand that move, but it is what it is, and we're stuck where we're stuck. And so we shall see how it works, because Drew and I talked about it, what the over and under. Now, the over-under on wins last year for the Thunder was 17. I thought we would win about 25 to 27 games. We ended up with 24. I liked what our team, once I saw them play and I actually started going to games, I could see where if we tweaked here, if we tweaked there, which is exactly what the Thunder did, SGA started taking a bigger role, started scoring more. And once he started scoring more, it freed up everybody else to stop trying to be, well, I can do this, I can do that. Well, no, you're not talented enough to do what you think you can do. So I was excited the fact that he did step up and he was doing the things that he needed to do. So I was excited about SGA. And then, of course, Josh Giddey coming along, getting easier and easier and getting smarter and smarter and getting more and more. And then the biggest thing I was talking about that I liked about Josh, towards the end of the year, Baisley was doing all this stuff and just being out of control. And Josh looked straight at him and said, pointed at SGA, pointed at himself, and then he pointed at Baisley. SGA, me, then you. SGA's number one. I'm number two, venue. So I hope that Josh now has the same attitude. It's SGA, then it's him, then it's Dort. So I'm hoping Josh comes out with that same mentality and going, hey, look, this is what we're going to do. This is how the Thunder get better. We don't have 3-point shooting. We're still not. We still have to shoot threes because they're available. But instead of us shooting 100 threes or shooting 45 threes, we're shooting 30 threes. We're going more mid-range because if the key is to score. You can't get caught up in these teams scoring a bunch of points because if you try to do that, you try to match them 3 for 3, we don't have that type of team. We don't have 3-point shooters. And Presti did not address that issue. Now, if he thinks Chet is going to be our stopper in the middle, okay, we shall see. I think he's thin. I don't think he's going to be able to get by. He's going to block shots. Like I said, I think he'll average 12 points a game, around 8 rebounds, and about 2 to 3 blocks. That's what I think he'll average. That's about where he is because he's going to get bullied because he doesn't have the frame and to stop the big guys. They're just going to pound him. I mean, but the Thunder's got to figure out how to hide him and where to put him. Are you going to put him at the 5? Well, you can't do that because Giannis is just too strong for him. If you put him at the 4, he's got to deal with Chris Middleton. Then if you go to Philly, he can't hold Embiid. He certainly can't hold the Joker. So you got to figure out how to hide him, and I think the Thunder clearly have a plan for him. So they got to figure out how to hide him because he just doesn't have the frame yet, and he's just going to get bullied, kind of like what he did in the second game against Philadelphia. Not against Philadelphia, I'm sorry, against Memphis. He's going to get bullied. They're just going to, because he doesn't have the frame yet. So they're going to push him around because he's skinny, okay? Now, is he going to get stronger? Sure. It's going to take him 3 to 4 years because he's only 19. And it's going to take him 3, 4, 5 years before he can grow into his body and become more mature. But in the meantime, we're going to have to pay for that growth. And he's going to get pushed around because he's just not is going to be strong enough. He's 19. He's a kid. He's not a man yet. So he's going against grown men, which is why football, they make you stay in college 3 years. You can't come right out because these are grown men. You have to mature in order to step on the football field to play against grown men. I wish the NBA would set these guys for 2 years, not 1 year in college, make them stay 2 years, get more mature, get a little bit stronger, and then let them come to the league. But, of course, that'll never happen because the agents want to make their money, and a lot of these guys, the longer they stay in college, the less opportunity or less chance they actually are going to make some money. So that being said, that's kind of where I'm at on that. And so that I'm excited about what's going to happen. I'm excited about the Thunder and what the Thunder are doing. I really like the Jalen Williams kid from Santa Clara. I really, really like him. He's really surprised me because when I got drafted, I'm like, who? Where are you from? What are you do? What? And I've watched him play. I'm like, okay, not a bad pickup. Dang, on the other hand, 3 first-round picks in the second round. He's going to have to show me something. But once again, like I talked about, on the roster, who are you going to not play? If you've got SGA, Giddey, Dort, Chet, and either Wiggins or Robinson Earl are going to be your starters, then either Wiggins or Robinson Earl is going to be your 6th guy along with Trey Mann. So that's 7. So you already know those 7 are playing. Then if you bring in Poku, that's 8. Then what are you going to do with Dang, the guy you gave up 3 first-round picks for? He's got to play. If I'm giving up 3 first-round picks and I'm moving up to get you, you got to play. So that's 9. Then what are you going to do with Jalen Williams? That's 10. What are you going to do with Baisley? That's 11. Okay, you got to make some decisions here on who's going to play. Now, for me, Baisley's out. He's gone. Poku, he's gone. I'm going to play those 7 along with Jalen Williams, J-Dub, who's my 8th, and then, dang, he's got to show me something different. And right now he hadn't showed me anything worth the price that we're paying for him. So we shall see how that works out. But that's just how I look at things, and that's where I see the Thunder. But once again, I'm excited about what I saw, even though I was mad last night. Trey, man, what was you doing? What was in your mind And then why does Josh not have the ball with 24 seconds to go? Anyways, it is what it is. We lost by 1. We're now 2-1. So we're going to see the Rockets are terrible. But like I said, I want to see Jabari versus Chet on Saturday. And I want to see. Are you taller than me yet? Are you taller than me yet?
He's trying to be. I'm going to stop feeding them.
I love seeing all my former kids when they come through. I like them when you start them out there young, training them at 8, 9, 10 years old, and now they're in high school or they're in college. So, is it storming out there? Oh, okay. Well, hey, everybody, I need to go because my windows are cracked on my car. So I probably should go get that done. But anyway, that being said, I want to thank everybody for watching this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Once again, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and we're coming from Santa Fe Family Life Center. And if you want to come, like I said, pool, workout facility, $34.99 a month, please join. And then remember, if you want to check out any of our stuff, you can go to mcsportsnetwork.com. That's www.mcsports. Is that the wind? I hope that's not a ghost that just went out there. That had to be the wind. People, anyway, mcsportsnetwork.com. I'm done with this right now. I'm getting up out of here. Anyway, I appreciate everybody watching this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Once again, I'm your host, Matt Clark. Everybody be safe and